Bible prophecy is active and unfolding daily. Zechariah 12, Isaiah 17, Psalm 83, Ezekiel 38. Here is what the LameStream Media is not telling you.
Shalom, my friends. Welcome to this week's newscast. From Ynet News, hundreds of Hezbollah fighters are participating in the Syrian army's onslaught on rebel forces and in the massacre of civilians in the Ghouta district near Damascus. Iranian Major General Qasem Soleimani, commander of the Revolutionary Guard's Quds Force, ordered the dispatch of Hezbollah fighters to the Ghouta area. Some 3,000 Hezbollah fighters have been sent to the Al-Makr base in the Damascus suburbs in recent weeks. More than 1,100 civilians have been killed in the offensive against the rebel stronghold in Ghouta in the past 3 weeks. More than 100 Hezbollah fighters have been reported killed as well. P.S. from Reuters, the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights has reported that more than 500,000 people, that's 500,000 people, have been killed in the Syrian civil war since 2011. Some 85% of the dead were civilians killed by the forces of the Syrian government and its allies. Then from the Washington Free Beacon, the United States is monitoring information indicating that North Korea may be running a large underground military base in Syria that could be used for advanced weaponry and nuclear-related work. It's been reported that long tunnels have been built during the last 7 years in a deep valley in Khardaha under the supervision of North Korean experts. You know, this whole situation has been in the works for many years, and it's all Bible prophecy. Turning to my personal thoughts, don't miss this Thursday's live stream at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, my friends. I'll be hosting Brad Scott once again. And don't forget to post any questions you might have in the comments section beneath today's newscast. Caregiver will gather them for our live stream fellowship beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time this Thursday. Also, it seems I mentioned I'm going to be having another guest on soon, and that will be Dr. Dennis Black, who he has an amazing food product called Texas Superfoods. And, you know, we've been talking a lot about feeding Yeshua's lambs, of course, with Abba's word. But Brad Scott has some things to talk about in terms of our physical nutrition, as well as Dr. Dennis Black. So we might cover some of that with Brad Scott this Thursday. He's going to be building a website that focuses on nutrition, and I don't know anything about it yet, but we can ask him questions on that this Thursday. And if you have any questions along those lines, you know, prepare them. And probably in around May, maybe in 6 weeks or so, we're going to have Dr. Dennis Black on. He's releasing a new, totally organic nutritional supplement that we all need desperately because you can't get food that has any nutrition. But also this new product is going to be promoting the Father's original language, and that's going to be fun to talk about. Turning to wars and rumors of wars, on Tuesday, March 13th, from the Associated Press, an explosive device targeted the convoy of Prime Minister Rami Hamdallah and the Palestinian Authority intelligence chief Majed Faraj after they entered Gaza in what Fatah called an assassination attempt. 3 vehicles in the envoy were damaged, their windows were blown out, and one vehicle had signs of blood on the door. Then from the Jerusalem Center for Public Affairs, Prime Minister Rami Hamdallah's convoy entered Gaza to inaugurate a water purification plant. Also in the procession was senior Palestinian security official Majid Faraj, considered by some to be Mahmoud Abbas's successor. It's obvious why Faraj was targeted. His trip has clear political implications. Hamas is concerned that Faraj is planning with the Americans to push them out of Gaza. Now, he'll understand that both Fatah and Hamas are opposed to his candidacy to become Abbas's heir, and the succession struggle has moved onto violent lines. It's very possible that the next attack on him will occur in Ramallah rather than in Gaza. And with regard to internal so-called Palestinian reconciliation, it never existed, nor will it. It's fake news from start to finish. Turning to our Intifada update on Sunday, March 11th, from the Times of Israel, 2 16-year-old Arab Israelis were detained by border police guards at the entrance to the Samaria military court last week while carrying hidden pipe bombs. The court has been targeted repeatedly in the past few months by Arab Israelis carrying pipe bombs, and this was the 6th such incident. Then on Thursday, March 15th, from Ynet News, 3 or 4 bombs exploded at the Gaza border fence while an IDF patrol was in the area, but caused no damage. In response, the IDF fired from the air and from a tank at targets belonging to Hamas. Then on Friday, March 16th, from the Times of Israel, a 26-year-old Arab Israeli driver hit 4 Israeli soldiers with his car next to an army observation post, killing Captain Ziv Deos, 21 years old, and Sergeant Netanel Kahalani, 20 years old, and seriously injuring the others outside the Mivo Dotan in the West Bank. The driver recently completed a 17-month sentence for security-related activities and admitted that he had intended to kill soldiers. Then on Sunday, March 18th, from Haaretz, Adiel Coleman, a married father of 4, was stabbed to death near the entrance to the Temple Mount by 28-year-old Abed al-Rahman Bani Fadel. According to eyewitnesses, Coleman tried to fend off the assailant until police forces arrived at the scene and shot and killed Bani Fadel. Also from Haaretz, the IDF destroyed 2 tunnels in Gaza overnight. One tunnel near Rafia was sealed using a method that does not allow for any future rehabilitation. Defense Minister Avigdor Lieberman said on Sunday, quote, "Israel systematically destroys one Hamas tunnel after the other thanks to quality intelligence and groundbreaking technology. By the end of the year, their tunnel project will be destroyed." Close quote. And now looking at our review of last week's news, some 3,000 Hezbollah fighters have been sent to the Al-Makr base in the Damascus suburbs in recent weeks. North Korea may be running a large underground military base in Syria that could be used for advanced weaponry and nuclear-related work. Prime Minister Rami Hamdallah's convoy entered Gaza to inaugurate a water purification plant and was attacked with an explosive assassination attempt. 2 16-year-old Arab Israelis were detained by border police guards while carrying hidden pipe bombs. 3 or 4 bombs exploded at the Gaza border fence while an IDF patrol was in the area, and the IDF fired from the air and from a tank at Hamas targets. An Arab-Israeli driver hit 4 Israeli soldiers with his car next to an army observation post, killing 2 and seriously injuring others in the West Bank. A married father of 4 was stabbed to death near the entrance to the Temple Mount, and the IDF destroyed 2 tunnels in Gaza overnight on Sunday. And that, my friends, is what the LameStream Media is not telling you. Abba willing, I'll see you here again next week. Until then, keep your wicks trimmed and your lamps burning bright. Shalom, my friends.
Crowded rooms, I need more space than I consume. Enough is time alone with you, underneath a naked moon, sharing confidential moods and making chatter. Mockingbird nocturnal sings notations of eternal things, entering the quantum breeze, flying not for want of wings. He lights his gaze on you and me, simply because we matter.